What's up, guys? Tyler back here. So today's video, I just wanted to do a 2020 hunting season recap. I probably should have done this video at the end of last season, like January, February. I just didn't get around to it. It was something I wanted to do that I just didn't get around to. So I took some notes on my phone, trying to remember what happened from the 2020 season, just some takeaways, kind of like my season, how my season went, and something I could reflect on, look back to, and hopefully something you guys enjoy too. So I'm gonna try to make this quick. I'm gonna try to go into as much detail. If you guys have any questions about anything that I talk about, drop it in the comment section below. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for a lot of videos coming this fall, a lot of hunting videos coming this fall. So let's get right into it. So my 2020 season started. I flew out to North Dakota. I met up with Logan, Waddy, John, and we did a western North Dakota mule deer hunt. I think I went out there for like 7 days, but only did about 4 days, 5 days of hunting. And that was my second year in a row going out there, which I really enjoy. If you guys haven't been out that way, it's like hunt mule deer out west, go. Super cool experience, way different than hunting on the East Coast, hunting whitetails, spot and stalk. It's one of my favorite areas. I love it a lot. I'm pretty addicted to hunting that area, and I definitely want to go back. So we hunted out there. It was challenging. We got a series up on that. If you haven't, go check it out on the channel. It was challenging. It was tough. It pushed me mentally, physically, and it was a tough 4 days of hunting. So what ultimately came down to was the last day. I had a buck at like 45 yards, rushed the shot, took it, probably clipped the bottom leg of the buck, and didn't recover it. I don't think it died. There wasn't a lot of blood at all, and it ran off pretty strong. So that kind of lit fire under my butt. I was pretty upset about that one. I let that deer get away. I rushed a shot, so I flew back home to New York, and I was obsessive about shooting my bow every single day. I think that was in like mid-September. Our season opens October 1st here in New York, and I think I shot my bow every single day until the season opened. Like, I was obsessive. I was like, if I get a shot opportunity at a deer, I am not missing a deer again. So I shot my bow every single day. So season opens October 1. Started the season, hunted, and then the second day of the season, I had a doe come in at maybe 15 yards, less than that. Shot her. She ran 30 yards and dropped. So it was a huge confidence booster. That was my first deer ever. I never shot a deer before that. And she ran 30 yards and dropped, and it felt like that hard work of like shooting the bow every single day, and it kind of healed that pain of missing that buck out in North Dakota. So that was a huge confidence booster. So I got that doe on the ground, and that's what I told myself. I was like, the first deer that walks out this year, I'm gonna shoot. Like, I don't care if it's a buck, I don't care if it's a doe, I'm gonna shoot the first thing that walks out this year, because I need to put something down and get my confidence back, because I was pretty torn up about missing that buck out in North Dakota. So came back to New York, shot the doe, just looking at my notes here. And then after that, I was like, all right, now I'm going to go shoot a buck. So the way my season went is my buddy came up from North Carolina. I think he was up here for like 2 weeks in like mid-October. So I was taking him out a lot. So I wasn't really hunting at that point. I already shot my doe, and I wanted to get him on a deer. He's never shot a deer before, so I thought it'd be really cool to get him on a deer. So I was taking him out pretty much every day. So I missed like a good 2 weeks of my season. He actually missed a monster buck. Like, I forget, it was either like an 8 or a 10 pointer. He missed a monster, shot through some brush, missed it. And I was like, hey man, it happens. Look at me. Look what happened with me out in North Dakota. Like, it happens. So I missed like 2 weeks of the season there, just taking him out, trying to get him on a deer. And then he left, and then I started hunting again. And after that, it was just kind of tough. I was like in this hunting club last year. I'm not going to go too much into it, but basically like they allow you to hunt different properties and I just didn't like nothing against the club in any type of way whatsoever. Like I still talk to a lot of guys in the club, but it just wasn't my style of hunting. Like you go on, you sign up for a property in the morning. If it's not taken, and you go hunt it, you've never been there before, so you're walking in, they show you where the tree stand is, and it just, to me, it just seems like a lazy way to hunt. And like I said, nothing against those guys, but I want to put more into it. Like I want to go scout. I want to find where deer are. I want to scout. I want to see the deer sign. I want to set myself up. I want to hunt a lot more public land. So I was like torn. So I was like bouncing between hunting properties, hunting public, and then I just said, you know what, like I'm not gonna hunt any more of the club properties. So I was strictly hunting public land after that, and it was tough. Like I didn't see a lot of deer. Like I didn't see a lot of bucks, and I didn't shoot anything from like last season or last week of October, and I didn't shoot my buck until the first week of December. So it was like a good that's during the rut and everything, and like I was seeing deer here and there. I was seeing a lot of does. I was coming close to bucks. But I was just primarily focused on scouting, being a better scouter, like just getting out inland, seeing what's around, finding hot signs, sitting on sign. And I was seeing deer, and like it was working out, and I was definitely putting the pieces together more than I was the following year. Like I definitely feel like I learned a lot and like became a better hunter this year. But I did that, and so the day before I shot my buck, I went and I scouted this piece of property, this piece of public, and it was pouring rain. Like I was wearing my Gore-Tex like parka, and it was just pissing down rain, and I was out there and it was cold, but like I was scouting, I was finding rub lines, like I found bedding areas, and I put a trail cam out, and then I pulled out of the woods. It stopped raining. I went and I hunted a different piece of public, and I actually had a shot on, I think it was a small fork. I think he was a spike on one side and a fork on the other. And I had a shot at him at like 20 yards, and I passed him up because I was like, it just wasn't my caliber deer. It was a buck, but I wanted to shoot at something a little bigger. So I actually passed him up. The next day, I went and I hunted that piece that I scouted, and it worked out. I mean, I shot my buck at like 7 yards, 5 yards. He was right underneath my tree. And to me, that just felt so much more better than hunting one of these properties, like just find a place like on the sign up sheet, going and sitting there and shooting a buck. Like I put in the time, I scouted, I found rub lines. When the day I went in, I adjusted my plan to hunt like a different side of the hill that I was planning on hunting. And it just worked out. And I feel like the gratitude of hunting the public land, like putting work into it, was just so much more satisfying for me when I shot that buck. And it was a small basket 8. I'm gonna try to throw in maybe some pictures in this video to just break up the monotony of me talking. But that was it. And then basically after that, like that was the first week in December. And then after that, like I was hunting hard, so I was kind of burnt out. So and my buddy came back up, and I put him, I tried to put him on a few more deer, and we had some pretty close calls. I rattled one in, and but he didn't end up shooting anything this year. But that was it. So I mean, that's basically a recap of my 2020 season. Like some takeaways, like I feel like I definitely became a better hunter than I was the previous year. Like I was putting the pieces together, and I'm still by no means an expert at all. I'm very, very new at this, very new. But I feel like I was putting the pieces together. Things were working out. I shot 2 deer. I shot the doe in early season. Second day of the season, I shot my buck the first week of December. So I was pretty satisfied, and I kind of took my buddy up, and I just kind of rode out the rest of the season. I do regret not going out at the end of the season and scouting more. I was kind of burnt out of just being in the woods a lot, and I was looking forward to fishing season. I was working. So I did wish I went out and I went shed hunting and just got in the woods and scouted more, because it's summer now, and like I'm trying to scout, but everything's overgrown and it's tough. But that's it. That's really my 2020 season in a nutshell. I think I became a better hunter. I focused in on scouting a lot. I focused on deer movement, what deer were doing. I was finding a lot more sign than I was the previous year, and it just all came together. So this season coming up, I have some pretty high expectations. I'm trying to set some goals for myself. I may go down to North Carolina, hunt the opener. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get out west this year with just school and work. So that's kind of unfortunate. I did that the past 2 years. I went out to North Dakota, but definitely might go hunt North Carolina. Definitely gonna hunt New York. May hunt New Jersey, and I don't know, wherever else takes us. Usually I make these plans last minute during hunting season. So I'm gonna stop the video now. It's about 10, 11 minutes, but stay tuned for more videos. Logie's out west, I'm out here. Waddy's down, like, you know, central east coast, and I think he's in Virginia. So stay tuned for the videos, and like, subscribe, comment. Peace out.